make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't tryna link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record.
For the record, this is the Homeland Daily Show each and every single Tuesday at 7 to 8 p.m. only on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Make sure you guys catch us there. Unfortunately, we don't have the main guy, Dane Ramon. He's out sick tonight. But unfortunately, we still got Liz here. Liz, what's up, girl?
Hey, Rico. I haven't seen you in a little while. I'm so glad to see your face.
I know. We haven't seen each other in I think it's since the U.S. had that big switchover of happiness, right?
Yes, it has been an interesting time. I feel like you grew some extra facial hair during it. I feel like I grew some extra bags in the week that I spent with my eyes glued to CNN just all day long.
Yes. How was that whole experience been like for you so far?
Honestly, I think the week that we spent, so first of all, to those of you who watch the Homeland Daily regularly, you may remember, not to say I told you so, but Dane was like, we'll find out tonight. And I was like, no, we won't necessarily. It might be a while before we find out. And indeed, Tuesday came and we didn't know. And Wednesday came and we didn't know. And Thursday came and we didn't know. And it wasn't until Saturday. And so I think that it was a tense week. It was like one of those things where you just felt in the air, everyone was really, really tense. And I think that applied on both sides. And then afterwards, people started to slowly release, like you open a
it was definitely even crazy down here. There was people that took off vacation time for work just to make sure that they weren't missing a single bit of this election. So we're actually going to take it all the way back into some entertainment report right now, and I've got that all covered for you guys.
It's now time for your entertainment report.
So amazing that this is my life.
Exclusively on the Homeland Daily.
So we are actually going to kick things off on entertainment report. It's something that Liz may be a little bit familiar with. Unfortunately, I am not 100% with everything that's going on, because 1 minute the current president of the United States is saying, no, this is a fabrication, da 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 da. And then the next minute there's Joe Biden saying, yes, I've won this election. This is what's happened. Liz, I need you to help me with what is going on right now. The president of the United States of America is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris as VP.
President-elect, yes.
Okay, so what does that mean, president-elect? Is that saying that's because we're waiting all the way until January and then he's going to be the official president?
Yeah, that's the way it's always been. It's you find out who is elected president now, and then in January they do the actual inauguration and the handover, and that's when the person becomes president.
Yeah. So for some reason, Donald Trump is still saying, yes, I've won this election by a landslide. But then we're seeing the numbers and he hasn't even tipped 100 yet. So I'm trying to figure out, can you help me out?
I mean, there is nothing surprising about this, because Donald Trump was the same one who said that he won the popular vote, against Hillary Clinton, which he didn't. He said he had the largest election crowd ever, which he didn't. Donald Trump says whatever he wants to say. So him saying that he won, he basically said ahead of time he would never say if he lost. He primed everyone, Yeah.
And even his ex-wife, Ivana Trump, has even stated that he is a sore loser, that he does not do well with losing. And unfortunately, we're seeing this whole thing spiral right out of control, starting with he doesn't even want to have that whole meeting with Biden to, start to do the handover. When Obama took over from Trump, he had to obviously suck it up and he had to swallow his pride a little bit and say, this is who the American people voted in. But now it's come to the point where Joe Biden is now the president-elect and Donald Trump is still the current president, and he does not want to hand that over. what do you think can possibly happen in America right now? Because obviously there's such a big divide. There's a lot of people who are happy, but then there's such a big divide of people who are just fanatics of what the Trump whole group is about.
Yeah, well, I think there's two sides to it, right? That's such a great picture. I think there's a couple sides to it. On the one hand, you have the fact that no one can take away from either Biden or Trump the turnout that both of them got. It's the largest turnout that they've had in history. So both of them got, the most votes. Biden obviously got more, but the two of them turned out more people to vote than any other presidential candidates.
Yeah.
So that means that Trump does have a sizable amount of support. He has, people who really believed in him, and that's a sizable part of the population. Having said that, and so there is some influence there, but I just keep thinking of, and maybe it's because I know so many white Christian evangelicals, but like I keep thinking of the Paula White video, and I keep thinking of those like white evangelical Christians who are so entrenched in their belief that Trump was supposed to be ordained by God to be the winner, And so when you start tying together politics with your like belief and your faith system, that's going to be really deep, because then for some people that might be like a thing that's like shattering their faith in God if they tied it to their faith in Trump winning, which is why y'all shouldn't do that.
Well, you know what? Speaking of tying things up, I'm so glad that we actually have our first female, but not only a female VP, but she's also a Black VP. Give it
and
up.
Jamaican. Let's
And
not
Jamaican.
forget, okay? Caribbean.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Kamala Harris being the first woman Black Jamaican VP of the United States of America?
I think it's funny because like when she was running for president herself, for the Democratic nominee, I didn't necessarily agree with everything that she's done in her past. But I always said, Kamala looked like she could fit in my family. Like, I just like her because I was like, is this how nepotism works? Like, I just feel like we could be family. But I truly am so glad. And someone posted this, I don't remember who, but they were like, it's not just important for little girls to see. It's really important for little boys to see as well, so that they understand that there can be a woman who is in charge, so that little boys can grow up and normalize women being in positions of power for them.
For sure, definitely. I even see like when she did the whole video with Colleen Joe, like you're gonna be the president. Like I kind of felt like that was like an auntie or like something for me. I was like, you know what? Like I think she's about to do it.
I'm telling you, she's Auntie Kamala in my head. Nobody can tell me different. If you line her up with my mom and my mom's sisters, like my mom's younger sister, she fit right in.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's switch things completely up. And people who are definitely not family right now is Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun. So I don't know if you've been catching up with the whole ordeal, but last year, Scooter Braun actually bought 6 albums, 6 mastered albums from Taylor Swift's label at the time, which was a reported $140 million. Taylor Swift's team also reached out and said that, she wasn't not even aware that they were selling her masters. And switch it all the way up to 2020, Big Machine label was actually the people who are now in charge of buying. They actually bought her masters from Scooter Braun for a reported $300 million. And she's also saying again that she was not aware of this whole transfer and all that stuff, but at one point they were wanting to do a deal with her, and then all of a sudden she found out that Scooter Braun is still tied to Big Machine label in some way, and now she sent a very lengthy paragraph statement just saying, I don't want to be anywhere a part of what Scooter Braun has to offer, whether you can give me back my masters or not. If he's a part of this whole ordeal, she wants nothing to do with it. But she did actually mention to them that she's going to be redoing all of her old tracks, and there's going to be a new master. And basically, the amount that they paid, the $300 million, is not going to be valuable for them anymore. So, what do you think about this whole mastered track fiasco? Do you think she's taking it a little too far, or do you think Scooter Braun is just being way too sneaky about it?
Well, listen, I am not a fan of Tay Tay, but you, as the music expert, you tell me, how do you feel about this situation? Because, are you Team Tay Tay, or are you like, Scooter Braun's a businessman, let him do his work?
I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of back and forth, because at the same time, it's like, all right, Taylor Swift, that was 6 albums from the time she started music all the way until 2018. And that was basically her whole life that she jotted down. And the person that hates you the most all of a sudden buys basically your soul that you've created throughout this whole time of music, that who you are today. So, I mean, he definitely was being on some sneaky stuff for sure.
You think so? I mean, I'm just saying, like, it might have just been a good business deal that presented itself.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love Scooter Braun. I love his team. I love his team of people. I know he represents all of his artists, but at the same time, that was a way to, I think, to just shut her up with whatever negativity she was saying beforehand, that she was talking about Scooter Braun. Now, they actually wanted to start a deal with her where she would get at least, I think it was like 60 or 70% of her masters back. But she also had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, a non-disclosure agreement, which basically you can't talk. She couldn't talk anything negative about Scooter Braun within the next 30 years or something ridiculous like that. So I think it's definitely a sneak move for me personally.
I personally am not a fan of NDAs. I'm not a fan of any kind of thing that would muzzle a person's freedom of speech or a person's ability to, I feel like, let a person speak their truth, because if you have receipts of your own, you have the right to bring your receipts to the table too. So having said that, it seems like they did present her with a decent deal, but that actually makes me suspicious if they were like, whenever it's like someone's going to give you a good deal, but you got to sign an NDA, then I'm like, it doesn't smell right.
Not today, Wabo. Sorry. That's not it. That is definitely not it. If somebody wants you to sign that, they want you to keep something from the public that's negative about them. So
exactly.
Well, you know what? That's speaking about negative. Actually, it's a negative news, but then it's also negative results. So we had a lot of results that came back, obviously, with the whole COVID-19 pandemic that's going on. So there's 241 people that have recovered and 241 confirmed cases. But over the weekend on Sunday, let's just bring this all the way up. So the medical officer of Health, Dr. Samuel Williams Rodriguez, reports that 86 COVID-19 tests have been carried out since this was last reported on Monday the 16th. However, a female patient that was actually on a ventilator for over a month, unfortunately, passed this Sunday due to COVID-19. So this is actually the second death in the Cayman Islands for this whole situation with COVID-19 pandemic. Obviously, Liz, where you are, there is stuff going on every single day. So how do you think that this will affect Cayman with everything that's going on right now?
Honestly, I don't know. But if you pull that graphic back up really quickly, so if we have 241 who've recovered, we have 257 confirmed cases. That means we have 16 minus the 2 deaths. So that's like 14. Is that 14 people who are like on ventilators, or 14 people who haven't
gotten out of
who are in the hospital?
No, I think that is just positive cases. So I think there is probably.
But if it's if they're not a part of the recovered group and they're not a part of the deaths, that means they haven't recovered yet and they haven't died. So
maybe that's the isolation part. Maybe that's because they're still in
right. Maybe that's it. Yeah. Maybe that's okay. Which is, oh man, it's just so unfortunate. It's really, it's every time you hear from a medical profession who's in one of the more dense populations where, you know, cases are going up and deaths are going up, the way that they describe it is truly awful. And I just, Cayman's in such a better place.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I am so excited to come home. But it's just like, it's we have not experienced something like this ever before. And so it's like, you want people to act a little differently because they need to recognize that the world is a little different.
Yeah, For sure. And let's kick things off with entertainment report. And let's actually start up a little video. So I don't know, this is a video that's going viral right now all over Twitter, all over Instagram. Liz Charles, what happened with the subway lady? I'm trying to figure out what is are they working her to the bone that she's that tired? Is it something else that's making her, react that way? What is going on? All I'm saying is that it was a very funny video, but at the same time, it was like, are you like, what's going on? Are you that tired?
Rico, today I was gonna order from Subway. I swear to goodness, and it was like unavailable. My type of sandwich was unavailable. I said sandwich, and my type of sandwich was unavailable, and I was like, I guess I'm not ordering from Subway today. Yo, which Subway location is that? So I can never order.
You know what? Obviously, things are still going around. Obviously, the video has now racked up over 40 million views within the past 3 days. And that's over every platform that you can think of: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Everyone's going off about this video, but I'm kind of feeling bad for the lady who's actually experiencing this. But at the same time, too, hopefully her job gave her a long vacation and said, this is the time for you to rest.
I wonder if she was just sleepy or if she has, I forget what that medical problem is that causes you to sleep, that causes you to just like fall asleep. I forget.
It's not sleep apnea.
Narcolepsy. I wonder if she's narcoleptic or if they're just like working her to the bone, or if, I don't know, man.
You know what? All I'm going to say is we're praying for you here over at the Homeland Daily Show to make sure that you're all rested up.
It was so slow. It was so slow. She just
went down. She just tumbled. You know what? Yeah, big up yourself, moment. Good things coming your way for sure. But speaking of good things, that's the end of entertainment report, and we're actually gonna start things off with our selected guest of the night. He's basically every single person in Cayman has heard of him before. He's an artist, he's a film director, he's been doing everything on his own, independent, which is what we love to hear. Let's just actually give a real sneak peek of what happened over this weekend.
Dear Heavenly Father, I'd like to thank you for this moment. Thank you for making us come together as one unit. Thank you for everything that you've done so far. What we're going to experience. Trust that everything will go according to plan. And be entertained and have fun. Bringing the earth strong.
Anything you want, I can give you. There's something about your love that I'm into. Anything you need, boy, just come through. Anything you want, I got everything you need. So let me give you all my love. Last night when I saw you, never had a chance to approach you.
Let's big up the man of the hour, the man of the day, the man of the year.
Hi.
Zaga.
Are we in the shot?
Oh yes, okay, yes, we have Shamika Clark. We have Sudan inside the building, guys. It's so blessed to actually have you guys here on the Homeland Daily Show. What's going on? How are you guys feeling after this epic weekend performance?
Man, it's surreal. I'm still getting over it. It was amazing. It was, man, everything that I expected. I'm just happy that everything came to reality, you know what I mean? Thanks to the crew and the beautiful Shamika Clark. Man,
You're welcome. I'm tired. We've all been locked down, so you get a little, get out in the outside. You kind of got get used to all of that again. So yeah, man, it was amazing. It was lit. It was a good vibe, good atmosphere. Everybody was just vibing. So yeah, man, proud of my genius.
Thank you
That's
guys for having us.
amazing.
Really
Thank you guys
appreciate
for
it.
coming. I appreciate you being here. Dane isn't here to tell you, but I will say it. The most valuable asset that you can give us is your time. And so we really appreciate your doing so. You know, Jana, you've been doing this for so long, like so long. There's back when it was you and Michael, and it was a whole group of you, and then you're a solo artist now. Can you talk a little bit about just your journey and why you have continued to put your heart and soul into music and what this means to you?
Music, music runs through my blood, and I just give my all. Started like we mentioned, Michael back in the days, Emlito.
Yes. Yes.
Way back in the day from
No, I know what you're talking about.
Emlito.
Rico, you showing your age.
No, I know.
I'm showing my age.
Yeah, man. He used to be at first. It used to be M1. Then he switched it to Emlito. And since then, like I just kept pursuing the music, traveling, just doing what I gotta do to make the career that I dreamed of come to light. So I just kept focused, even though I had ups and downs, but I know I have a goal that I would like to reach. So I just stick with it.
Yeah, most definitely. You know what? I'm so excited to actually see the music video. We got to see a sneak peek at your release party that you had, and it was amazing. You guys killed it. But tell us a little bit how you guys actually got this connection to have this feature. Anything?
I kind of called them up one day and I I say, we need to do a collab. We need to do a song because we've been in the industry for so long, and we kind of leaned on each other for advice at one point. You know what I mean? The support, and I still support him. And I was like, we just here. We know, how we work together on backing vocals for him at one point, and I but we together. So let me know what you think. Hip hop, and you like, all right. He but he's not got business and all that. So then he linked me back one time. He Sham the studio, and it was just history from there. It was all.
To add on to that, this young lady, if you somewhere out there, we probably even have baby pictures together. You know what I mean? So I know her from for real, for real. So we worked together, like she mentioned. However, we never had that record, so it just made sense, and I just felt it was time, So we linked up, and we come up with ideas and so forth, and then we just created a record still,
Yeah, it was a vibe still because we went through a few instrumentals and none of them didn't stick, and then at one point we were like, this is the one.
Yeah. And
man, we've been at it for a while. And of course, for me, and then what I learned with Nez is that it gotta be right. Sometimes you can write a full song, and then at the end of the song, you're like, I'm not feeling this. It's just you gotta be in a creative space. So it was one of those processes where we met, and then we link until we got it to the point where we were comfortable and we loved it. So
definitely. It's a blessing.
What was that like, putting together your relationship, like your friendship? You've been leaning on each other, but to officially, come together in a different capacity where you finally did find the song. How did that feel to be able to finally start that work together?
A breath of fresh air, because we worked on it. To be honest, the song even had several different mixes. That's how technical it was. We felt it wasn't right, and I was like, this not leaving the studio until she's right, and we decided, we came to the agreement that it's ready. So we put in some work in the song, definitely.
Being an artist, how do you say when is the perfect time? Because I know for me, and I know for you guys, you guys are perfectionists. So when it's constantly, you're probably always constantly re-recording vocals or re-recording background vocals, what's it like for you what's the feeling like for you when you say, you know what, this is finally completed and I feel like I can showcase this to the world? Because obviously we're the ones that are gonna get all the background noise and the comments that are coming back constantly, whether it's our uncle saying that, you know, maybe you should have changed his vocal up a little bit, or maybe you should have added a rap to this. Like how was that experience like when you know that, yeah, this is done, this is it? I'll start off with Shamika and then hit it over to you, Janice.
I do the process of I sleep on the beat, or I sleep on the music, and so the song to like the first mix, live with it. And I live with it. I got this weird thing with me that I dream about stuff. So if I dream that it's dream and wake up singing the song, then it's right. But it's a process for me. I play 4 to 5 different speakers. I live with it first, and then I go back to I write my notes and then go back to the drawing board. And then of course he'll ask me what I think about his part, and then I ask him what he think about mine, and we kind of partner in that way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And Shamika, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Janez, go ahead.
No, you can speak, no problem. You can answer.
No, I mean, I love what she was talking about, living with it. I wonder how she developed that process. I mean, if that was like, was she dreaming music when she was 13 and 14? Was that like the process of the music bubbling up and out of her that she just had to, how that feels, how that happened?
Well, kind of close though, because I grew up in a home with just music all over the place, all the time. Mama used to have music parties maybe every month, maybe twice every month. And so I used to fall asleep listening to the likes of Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, the Paula Abduls, and all of those things would just, soak into me. And I think it kind of grew on me that way. And that's how I do my music. I hope that answers it.
Yeah, but actually, let's take it back to Jay. Yeah, I'll start off the question again. So, how do you view your point of perfection when it comes to releasing the music?
For me, a song is never done. Like, because you always want to improve, you want to always add certain things. So we tend to lean with each other, like to be like, I think it's done now, with the team decide like, yo, all right, yeah, I think the record it sounds good, because we also listen for that feedback. So once we hear, we can add, because I remember there was a point in time that they will mention that we should add a little bit more bass. So we actually went back and, add more bass and so forth. So it's like a song is never done from an artist, to me, from an artist standpoint.
I would agree with you.
We just let the team decide to be like, yeah, let's go play it for a few friends, and we hear their feedback. If it's good, then we know we in the ballpark of releasing,
Yeah.
But it's never done.
Yeah, because we're our worst critics. You tend to put a lot of pressure on yourself. I do. And it'll never be, like he said, it would never be finished if it's just up to me. So it's good to have a team that support for you, and we find that it suffices. So it's great. Send it out.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like film is very similar.
You
I think we're just having some technical difficulties with the internet. Obviously, I think yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Well, hopefully you can hear me. I think, it's very similar, the experience with film, where it never feels like it's finished. You literally just have to at some point stop. So let's talk about, doing the music video, doing, turning on that side of your brain, from a film perspective, and looking at how you feel like it should look visually. How was that, going through that process for you guys?
I go right back to dreams. I visualize a lot of things, and then the song, your music usually tells the story. And so it's easier from there moving forward. But you kind of gotta regroup, and then and I regrouped with him to decide where the location gonna be and all that stuff. And so you kind of everything else just fits together: wardrobe, colors, what do you want it to look like, and it basically the song tells the story, and so you go from there. For me.
Definitely. Same here. You have a vision for it. We come together as a team. We bounce together.
Yeah.
It sounds dope. We move forward. So we took just bouncing ideas off each other and so forth, and just making everything come to light still. And big up to the team too as well, still, because they play a vital part in getting this whole thing like together still. You know what I mean?
And Cottrell,
yeah.
just he professional. We already had our ideas, and so he just came in on the back end, and we listened to all of our ideas. He all right, okay, cool, and then he just added his part to it. So it was a great teamwork effort.
Big up to a show. You know what I mean?
Shot video.
Big up Gifted Minds, Essence Media. Man, they done an amazing job. Even to the people that or the owners that allowed us to use their property.
Yes. Joey Green.
Yeah.
Or Bluff Estates.
Yeah. In
East End, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Queens Highway.
It was
it's a lot.
Super dope, man.
Yeah, very kind, and we truly appreciate their generosity, and everything was just perfect.
Most definitely.
And we also want to shout out.
Oh yeah.
They Infinity Fashion supported us, and they actually they supported us through the process as well with wardrobe and all that. So yeah, we're just happy and thankful for anything that we can get, we up here just pushing on through. So
yeah, man, it was dope that everybody come together as a unit to, help create something that can represent the island, as well. Because we are from here, we represent Cayman all day, every day, So it's great to see our people, come together, especially in a time like this, where so much things is going on, where our focus is all over the place. But to come together for a cause like this, it was super dope. I ain't gonna front.
I had fun.
Yeah, it was super lit. Trust me.
Yeah, and I can actually testify to that too as well, that the whole vibe was completely insane inside the room. Everyone just had amazing energy. So sorry, Liz, you couldn't be there, but you're in spirit next time for sure. But my next question to you guys is, you talk about support and stuff like that. What do you guys think is gonna take for us to, have that support in Cayman? Because sometimes I feel like it's just all segregated. There's not really enough of our voices coming together as one to sort of get the ball moving. What do you guys think will be the next step for us to sort of get to that other level?
It starts from the person in the mirror, right? So I support, if I go with a clean heart to support someone else, I feel it would do same. And by that, we are creating a unit,
Yep.
Like, to be honest, you for, the show, because we gave you that like few days, in advance. He was like, I'm there.
Yeah.
That I'm super thankful for that, and that's what it's going to take for us to take things to another level. Because together we are one, together we fall.
Yeah.
So if you look at people in America, I always say this: you look at artists in America over the time, groups, they stuck together. I remember at one point in time, Miami had it locked, where they had Rick Ross, Ace Hood, all of these artists from one area just shopping. They actually done that together, So I feel us as local celebrities, we can do it. You know what I mean? I feel we can do it. All we just have to do is just come together and and just push each other.
Yeah, everybody got a lane still. I mean, what I notice in our industry here is like everybody holding their own lane. So it shouldn't be like this one fighting for this attention or this one, you know what I mean? And just like what Nez said, when I saw that you were there, like I know it wasn't my event, but I still went over to you. I like, hey, hi, thanks for coming. I like, this is not my event, but I'm supporting it. So thanks for showing up. You know, we appreciate it. And it was great to have that support. And you know, working with each other is another way to you know, get our voices heard. You know, like you don't find a rope with just one strand. You know what I mean? So you got three or you got four to get stronger. So I just feel like, you know, that's the way we need to collab with each other. His fans get to know me, mine get to know yours. You know what I mean? I find it out of this process, I have my followers that follow Nez now and some that have followed me. And so, and I have followers from Jamaica. I have people from England, Canada. And I may not be in a large or a large amount of people, but I still reaching, you know, some. So it can go from there.
So I think that's definitely something that I trust that, you know, our musicians will, you know, continue to support, because like I say, we all we have, we all we got, you know what I mean, like real talk. So once each other work together, we can take this thing to another level. I can see that because I'm not that old. However, I remember back in the days, right, like the music that I'm hearing now, just reminiscing on times like they were pointing. You could have tell that was a, you know what I mean? You could have been like, oh, that song was cutting the record on the island, you know?
Yeah.
However, now there are songs on the radio that if someone don't mention that's a local song, you would never know.
Mm-hmm.
And that just showed the progression with the music from where it started, you know? So that just showing, like I say, if all of us come together, we can take this into another level. I'm talking about Jay-Z and them, man, and knowing our names. You feel me? So that's how I feel, truly.
As someone who is unashamed to be old enough to remember that, I do. You know what? It's interesting, though, because in speaking to that difference, I wonder how you feel like you may have been resourced differently now than you were back then. And is there a way that you feel like you should be better resourced as artists to be able to set yourself up for success on the island? And who do you think should be providing those resources for both of you?
I think we have everything in the palm of our hands, basically. Can you see the phone? We have so much control right now. It is different from back. I don't want to sound old either. From them days there where, you know, where it was more difficult for us to get our music out, and you actually needed a label to really support you and get your music distributed on a whole other level. Now we have those avenues at our, you know, at our fingertips. And in just, even if you pay a small fee, the you know, what you get back from it too is even, you know, a small, it grows. It depends on, you know, how much you push your work, and you can make thousands of dollars from one song if you really market it very well, you know? So I think through the avenues that we have today, technology has grown so much that we can do that. And it's just the right people, the one person, the one, yes, it takes one person. So, you know, we can do the work.
Definitely. Definitely, like I say, once we come together, because the thing about it, what I realize is people are seeing our work. They definitely seen our work and our passion when it comes down to music. So all we have to do is just continue pushing, and eventually I feel, you know, someone will come along to, you know, on your journey to help. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to say a person or an entity should do it. However, it would be great if, you know, certain people with quote unquote power give a helping hand to the artist. Yeah, because
thank you.
Like I say, like I looking at you right now, Mr. Rico, like you chilling, but at the end of the day, you a star, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like when I watch listen to your music, I watch your videos, like you're a star, bro. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like I said, we just got to continue to put in the work, and just trust the journey, trust the process.
Yeah, most definitely. And I can relate to you guys on so many levels when it just comes to just having that time and just waiting until it's the right moment, but also being just super consistent with what you're doing and just being ready. So as soon as that person comes to you, whoever it might be, that we're ready. And I think we've all gotten to that level where they can't criticize us anymore because the song sounds whack or it doesn't sound upbeat or it doesn't work. So now the next question is, why are you still not playing it on certain radio stations? Why are Caymanians not really first when it comes to being played on radio stations? Cayman should be at the forefront. But that's just me, and that's just the way we think. But if we all come together, radio won't be able to stop us because at the end of the day, it'll be all unified and stuff like that. But let's kick things off a little bit. We're actually gonna see a sneak peek of your video, anything. It's just the behind the scenes of what's going on, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the video.
Anything you want, I can give you.
Are you mean?
I'm so excited, you guys. This is great.
You too, man. It's awesome. Definitely.
Came out we didn't even expect, like, I have no words. I'm at loss for words how it came out. I lost some sleep. Like that's why I'm like so tired. You may see some bags under my eye, but it's so, I'm so filled with excitement. It's can't wait to release.
Yes, and what was the concept behind anything? Obviously the video is going to be premiering very, very soon, but what was the idea behind anything?
Just vibe, really. I just kind of had this visual of like meeting this guy, and usually like girls don't approach guys. So I wanted to take it from that angle. You rarely find that, girls will you have girls out there, but it's not like the norm. And I wanted to take that angle. I think I would approach a guy, I think. So I kind of did it that way. I was like, hey, how you doing? But and Nez just took over from there. He's like, all right, I could take that. I would like the girl to approach me still, So it was built from there.
Hell yeah. I would agree with you. I actually a couple weeks ago I went on this like kind of like date, but it was just like a talking thing with this girl, and she, as soon as we sat down, she's like, by the way, I'm letting you know that I'm paying for this. And when she said that, I was like, okay, all right, you go, girl.
Yeah, I'm sure you felt if you were here, that level went way up there. You feel me? Like,
I started sweating.
Everything. I want this. I want that. I'm just joking.
But you know what? It's kind of interesting because Shamika, you said that you were the one who called up Janez to do we need to do a track. And so you really were that girl. Like you called him up, like, let's make this happen. Women be making stuff happen.
So yeah, that's probably where it stemmed from. So yeah, man, it went from there, and we want to give those girls out there confidence, hold your own.
Yeah, just see, like we say, just seeing a person where you never had the opportunity to meet them, but it's like in the day of social media, some people you don't know. However, when you go on social media, they get tagged in the picture, so you can kind of get an idea, like, oh, So it was like that type of vibe where she never had opportunities, to meet and shake hands, and then of course now, link the I and I say is it, and then and then we just created the vibe. So that's basically like the concept behind the song. So yeah, I can't wait for everyone to see the video. It's really epic still, especially shot on the island. You feel me? So where else rather to be across the world, but here in Cayman still. So
we had people that were at the launch that asked, "Is that Cayman? That was Cayman?" We're like, yeah. So we're happy about that. We're happy to be able to represent home.
That's amazing. Especially because people can't even really shoot anywhere else, for the record. Like, Cayman has barely any COVID cases. So,
can't go nowhere.
So, don't go to Florida to do it.
Yeah. And we have all the celebrities right now are heading to the islands in some way, whether it's Turks and Caicos or. So I think Cayman Islands was a perfect video to shoot it at. So, big up you guys for that. My next question is, but before Liz gets on her next question, because I know she has a question coming up. Liz, would you ever approach a guy? Maybe it's that you've been seeing at college or at the film stuff, all that different stuff, and then you're like, you know what? Maybe it's my time to approach.
The thing is, I don't want anyone to call me out, who knows me, but I have paid, like, I will pay for a meal. I will pay for meals. Like, I will pay for stuff. I don't mind. Like, I'll show up. And like, some guys, like, you got to read, man. Shamika, tell me if I'm lying on this, right? You can tell them if I'm lying, but like, you got to read certain guys, right? Because some of them will get offended if you try to pay.
True.
Right? True. So you gotta suss it out. You gotta be like, is he the kind who's gonna appreciate this, or is he the kind who his ego is gonna be hurt? But what I'll do when I pay for a meal, like, if I'm really serious about paying for a meal, and this is the way I think men should do it as well, I just go pay for it. And when I come back, I'm like, it's paid for. Let's go. Like, when I'm paying for a meal, that's how I do it. I don't do the whole, well, let me, do you want me to? Like, because they won't let you. Right? Like, most of the time they'll be like, no, it's good. And so the only time I'm doing that is if I don't have an intention of paying. Having said that, more times than not, if I do pay for the meal, it's probably because I'm not interested in you. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, low key, because it's almost like a thing where it's like, I don't want to waste their money. Like, I don't want to. Like, it's true. Now they know. Now they know.
It's all good.
But am I lying though? Am I lying? She leaving me.
I don't know if it would be. I mean, like you said, you have to kind of gauge it, and then you have your discussion. Sometimes they'll give you the eye. They'll be like,
"Ooh, the eye, girl, the eye. The eye." They will give you a look like, "Did you just?"
Most guys say, you see, just show it on the credit card and say, "Yo, just charge it." See,
get to it. Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, wait till the pension hit first. And then
you know it.
Then I think about it.
You can get anything you want.
But you know what? It's 2020, and I am a grown woman, and I believe in equal rights. And so maybe I'm gonna start just walking up to men. Maybe I'm gonna start. And so you know what that is?
Okay.
Yes.
You gotta go for what you want.
I might slide into a DM. I might just do it.
That's right.
If you want him or want person, then you gotta do your ailment.
Speaking of which, I would love to hear from you guys. Like, what has been your craziest date interaction? Like, where either somebody approached you in a certain way that just like made you like be like, oh my gosh, or like somebody interact with you in a way that either just like completely blew your mind or like knocked you off of your game and surprised you.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything right now.
That means they ain't doing enough. Men, y'all ain't doing enough. Shamika needs to be able to have her socks knocked off,
The
okay?
thing is, like, in this social media world, like, I kind of old school still. Like, I wanna, if you want to ask me out, you come and meet me or something, or walk up to me and ask. Like, I don't like the thumb. Yeah, I got kind of know who you are, and you gotta be straightforward and be like, like, how you doing? Like, start a conversation first, But in this day and age, everything is like, how you doing on Instagram, and then it's like, I don't know. So I guess a old school guy is gonna have to be the, approach.
Okay. Does he have to be a friend first?
I got kind of. We can get to know each other. Yeah. I gotta be like months and months, but if he's cool, he's not weird, and we could go from there. Everybody's like,
Who impressed you?
For me, you gotta keep it PG. But
I can't.
But went on a date, and I never expect that the date would have been like, of course they're paying for everything. However, at the end of the day, we're going to the gentleman's club. That was like a big wow, for real. Are you serious?
I thought that's some flames right there.
You know what I mean? Like, so for me, I was like, I want to go to the gym. I'm all for it, So that was one of that was a moment that I was like, well, she's dope. She's dope, Yeah,
all right, ladies, you heard it. That is what
sir.
will knock a man off his feet. All right, Rico.
Well, guys, we're actually coming to the end of the show. And this is where we probably give our final thoughts and just some last minute words and what you would like to tell the public on anything that's going on with you next, and any artist who's maybe out there listening for the first time, hasn't even started yet, maybe has only done a couple of covers on Instagram and is wanting to get to the next level. What's some advice that you would give to them just to start off with, just so they're protected and they're right with the music? Because obviously we don't want anyone to be going through a Taylor Swift priority where you're just getting into the wrong deals and stuff like that. What advice would you give to anyone who's listening who may want to become a female artist in general, and then same to you, Janez, if they want to become a male artist or an artist in general? Let's start off with Shamiko.
Okay. I actually did an interview some weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago. It's they can actually go to my Instagram page, Shamika Clark, and click through onto where it says interview. And I have some words of advice, more than what I can give right now. And I can name a couple things. First, you just have to know the industry. Try to read as much as you can. We have infinite access to everything. Google information, is there. So make sure you know something about the industry. Research the people that you're going to work with, and see who they've worked with. References are always great. You can tell who is who if you really dig enough. And stick in there, and it's going to be hard. I'm not saying that it's all, glitz and glam. Yeah, I'm on there and I'm looking like, all dolled up and everything, but that's a process, and I have to work too to get that. And so you ain't gonna get no handouts. Sorry to break it to you, but I give it to you the hard way. You have to work to get that. You have to invest in yourself to get at a certain point. So work hard, continue, don't stop. You're gonna get a whole lot of no's before you get a one yes, or you're gonna get burns. And what we call burns in the industry is when people take advantage of you, and that's in greater depth too. So people will try to rob you, all that stuff. So you just I keep God first in everything I do too as well. Without God and praying and all that stuff, don't think I would be, I would be mental, but, you gotta have a support, have somebody or a support system to also keep, be there to support and root you on. I'm going to leave some for Nez, so he can go from there. But I have a lot more said in my interview. Click the link, the fan link in my bio on Shamika Instagram, Shamika Clark. Yeah.
Definitely. To piggyback off what she just, elaborated on, definitely you have to have the passion, because you can get a bunch of notes for real, and a lot of things aren't gonna go according to plan. So you just have to know in your mind, like, you set a goal and you definitely will make that. Definitely learn the industry, the ins and out. Like she mentioned, you'll know who is who, because a lot of scammers out there, saga. You know what I mean? So you don't want that. So the more that you learn the industry, you'll be able to make better decisions moving forward, because sometimes you may end up signing a contract and then you realize, like, 5 months down the line, like, whoa, you just signed over your life technically. So definitely know, because I always remember this. Someone told me this in a meeting one time. It's like, music business. There's a business side to it. So that business side, you have to protect yourself, because music definitely is what the product is. However, there's a side to it, so which is the business. So the more that you know about it, the better you'll make decisions and so forth. But it all goes back to passion. You have to have that passion when it comes down to music still. So I would tell any young and up and coming artists out there, just continue to work on the craft, because you'll get better. Once you get better, then, like I say, with time, you'll get wise, you'll make better decisions, and great luck to you.
Yeah,
most definitely. And Liz, what's some final thoughts you would like to give for tonight?
My final thought for tonight is congrats to Rico Orlando on his #1 album on Amazon. That is my final thought. So
Nice.
good work with your album, Rico. That is it.
Thank you.
Dope project.
Congrats.
Yeah, man. Congrats, man. You've been putting in work, man, and I proud to say, like, yo, I know him still. You see.
Vice versa. It's all about just imitating that support, and once we all come together and just show that we're about our culture and we want to push things forward, there's going to be endless opportunities. And I would just like to thank both of you for coming on the show. I think they're actually one of the first artists that we're having on the show. We've had maybe one or two before, but this has definitely been the most entertaining interview that we've had in a while. So definitely.
Thank you so much.
And I want final words. I would like to thank you guys. Thank you for having us on the show. It really means a lot. And I would like to say thank you for all the support from the fans. It's sincerely, from the depths of my heart, I really appreciate it, because without the support, you may get weary sometimes, and the support is what keeps the energy going. So I would like to thank all the fans, all the support from everyone. I sincerely appreciate it. Anything is on lines right now, so you can check that out. You feel me? Miss Shamika Clark, you can follow her at
Shamika Clark. It's long, but it's SHAMEKACLARKE.
Yes,
I'm the only Shamika Clark there.
Right. And you can also follow me at JNS Music. So thank you for the comments, and it, like I say, sincerely means a lot to us. It's showing us that we are moving in the right direction, and we can make things happen from a global standpoint. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you. We
appreciate it. Trust me.
Most definitely. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Make sure that you guys watch the recap. If you are not familiar with the Homeland Daily Show, it is every single Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. I got my co-host Liz. We also got co-host Dane that is not here tonight, but thank you guys so much for watching. And make sure you continue to stream anything along with the music video that's coming out ASAP. So make sure you guys check it out. Shamika Clark, JNS, thank you guys so much for joining the Homeland.
Thank you for having us.
Saga.
Good night.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For